Sports fans, we are live. Welcome to the Sports Behavior Podcast. I'm your host, OG the Beast. Y'all already know how we rocking, man. Y'all already know how we rocking. If you think I'm speaking that nonsense, holler me down in them comments. I'm always up for debate. Y'all know how we get down. Now, it's a few things. Look, I know the playoffs is going on. Speaking of playoffs, Jimmy Butler was down last time I was upstairs and I was watching the game. My man Jimmy G Buckets was down for the count. Got hit by Collins. I don't know how serious it is. If any of y'all could alert me on how serious that shit was, let me know, please. But W's in the chat if you can hear me loud and clear. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how we rocking, man. Appreciate all the fan support, man. I love each and every one of you guys. Without you guys, man, there is no Sports Behavior Podcast, man. So I appreciate every single one of y'all that stop in when I spontaneously go live just to chat about some football, basketball, whatever the hell it is. I appreciate every single one of y'all loyals on YouTube, the ones that still rocking. Hey, if you a loyal, hashtag loyal base in the comments, man, on YouTube, man. If you like what you see, drop a like. Please drop a like. It only take a second. For all of y'all that's on Twitch, man, that watch me live, that ain't following, ain't subbed on YouTube, go sub on YouTube, man. Any way of support that y'all can show is greatly appreciated, man. So shout out to them loyals over there on YouTube, man. Hit that sub button, hit that like button. Y'all know what to do. And these loyals over here on Twitch, I love y'all. I love y'all even more. I love y'all even more, man. Shout out to Drizzy Driz. Shout out to Kevin Harris. Man, shout out to Deezo. I love y'all even more, man. Y'all my day ones, man. I really appreciate y'all rocking. We got a first timer. The Superman, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. But look, I ain't gonna keep y'all for too much longer. You said Chill stop messing with me? Nah. He ain't stop rocking with me. You know, Chill just stepped down. You know, he doing his own little solo act right now. You know what I'm saying? He just, you know, doing his own thing. You know, me and Chill, that's still Unc, man. That's still my dog. You know, maybe one day he'll come back. You know, get what he got to get done out the way. You know what I'm saying? You never know how things rock, man. Everything in life happens for a reason. We just here rocking, man. And whoever rocking with me, they rocking with me. You know, this is my thought. This is my idea. This is my show. You know what I'm saying? This is how we get down. So, yeah, you're stuck with me now. But look, though, all seriousness, though, few things I wanted to discuss. Deebo Samuel. Of course, Deebo Samuel wants to be one of the highest paid wide receivers in the league. Understandably so. Everybody should want to be one of the highest paid wide receivers in the league, right? But to be honest with you, I even saw people go as far as to say they think Deebo Samuel is a top 5 wide receiver in this league based on what he did last year. And Deebo Samuel had a hell of a year last year. I'm not disputing that. But are we really sitting here trying to call Deebo Samuel a top 5 wide receiver in the league? Because y'all put that shit in his head, now he won $25 million a year. Let's be honest with you. Deebo Samuel is a gadget guy. Nothing against gadget guys. They are necessities in the NFL. I don't want to call them necessities. Let's call them accessories. If you got a gadget guy, got a little, know how to do a little bit of some of everything, those are guys you want sticking around because they dirty work guys. They 100% dirty work guys. But to say he's top 5, which is I've been hearing a lot of you people say, is blasphemy, stupidity. No way in hell I'm taking this guy over Cooper Kupp in no order. No way in hell I'm taking this guy over Tay Adams. I wouldn't even take him over Odell. No way in hell I'm taking this guy over Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase. I'm not even taking him over Mike Evans. I'm just keeping it a buck. So if y'all want to argue or debate whether or not the guy is top 10, 15, that's more of a suitable argument than top 5. Deebo Samuel, I don't want to call him delusional for wanting his money because everybody should want their money. But to be paid $25 million a year, do you know what company that puts you in, my boy? Do you know what company that puts you in, Mr. Samuel? That puts you in the company of Stephon Diggs. That puts you in the company of Tyreek Hill. That puts you in the company of who else? Tay Adams. And that puts you in the company of one other wide receiver that just got paid. Tyreek Hill, Tay Adams, I can't think of who it was that just got paid. Mike Evans over Deebo is ridiculous. You ridiculous, man. You taking Deebo over Odell? A healthy Odell? I don't know about that one. Real talk. Mike Evans is the greatest receiver of all time. I wouldn't go that far. That's a stretch, but Mike Evans is an animal. I mean, you can't name me another wide receiver that's got 1,000 yards in his first 6 or 7 years. You can't name one. Mike Evans is the only one. You know what I'm saying? He's in a league of his own with that. But Deebo Samuel is seriously smoking something if you think he about to get 25 a year. Maybe some ass squad in need of to put asses in the seats may consider paying him 25 a year. But anybody with some type of knowledge definitely will not pay a gadget guy 25 a year. Now, I know Deebo Samuel's a solid wide receiver. He's a solid wide receiver. But I need to see it on a more complete level than what I saw it last year. First of all, he's injury prone. He's injury prone. That's a red flag. You don't pay injury prone players, right? Wide receivers are the second highest position, paid position in the National Football League. So now he says, hey, I don't want to be a gadget guy. I want to be strictly a wide receiver. Well, we've failed to see you in that position, in that spotlight yet. Diggs just had 3 receptions for 7 yards in a pivotal playoff game and got $96 million. I agree, but name me one thing that Deebo Samuel does better than Stephon Diggs. Let's be real talk. What does Deebo Samuel do better than Stephon Diggs? If you got a 3rd and 6, who you rather go to, Deebo Samuel or Stephon Diggs? If you need a 9 route, you need to pick up, let's say you 4th and 23. You going to Deebo Samuel or you going to Stephon Diggs? I mean, I'm just being real talk with you. I mean, I don't think it's a comparison. It'll be tough to even – is Deebo Samuel better than Keenan Allen? I mean, that's neither here nor there. But just to be honest with you, when I heard Deebo Samuel wants 25, I applauded. I said I could see that. You know, it's easy to say you want something, but do you deserve $25 million? Are you going to get $25 million? Maybe somebody desperate to pay you $25 million, but anybody with a noggin full of common sense probably will not give Deebo Samuel that type of cash. But moving on, the playoffs have been cracking. The NBA playoffs have been nothing short of what I expected out of them since we did the bracket, y'all. My bracket has been pretty accurate, to say the least, up until this point. But my Chicago Bulls, man, it's a lot of injuries going on in the NBA right now. And my Chicago Bulls might be the beneficiary of some of that. Now, I don't wish injury upon nobody. I'm not that type of guy. I would never wish injury upon nobody, but damn it. We're not going to sit here and act like Golden State didn't benefit from in 2016. We're not going to sit here and act like the Raptors didn't benefit from injury in 2019. We're not going to sit here and cap. We're not going to sit here and act like in the late 80s, Detroit didn't benefit from Larry Bird getting hurt, his back being hurt. We're not going to sit here and act like Jordan didn't benefit from the Lakers being banged up in the finals in 91. Listen, injuries have always been a part of the game. So whether Chris Paul has been on the bad end of injuries his entire playoff career, including this year. Normally he's hurt. Now the best player on the team is hurt, Devin Booker. A lot of teams are in trouble due to injuries. So the tables and the tide could change. The weather could go from sunny to cloudy real quick. Real quick, ladies and gentlemen. Cat is disappointing. 8 points in a pivotal playoff game. And in my opinion, a must-win situation. Because now the series is tied. And Memphis, to me, has all the momentum moving forward. So Nets lucky if they win a game. I think the Nets might get swept. I truly, honestly, listen, let me tell y'all something about it. Think about how competitive these Boston Celtics have been lately. The Boston Celtics have had perennial success in the playoffs. They might not have reached the mountaintop, but they've been in the Eastern Conference Finals. They've beaten and gone toe-to-toe with elite talent, great players and great teams with great coaches on them. Miami Heat, they've been toe-to-toe with some squads now. But I think in the playoffs, maybe outside, the closest team may be Utah, right? This team probably is the most cohesive unit. Think about how long they've been together and the amount of time that they've been together. Boston Celtics I'm talking about. This team is probably the most cohesive unit. Led by Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, who are playing outside of their minds defensively. Marcus Smart is the defensive player of the year. This team is wreaking havoc on Kevin Durant, proving the cliche to be kind of faulty, to say the least, of great defense but better offense, right? And I'm an offensive-minded guy. Y'all know me. I love me some offense. Do you think KD a real leader? The answer is no. Melly, my time 14, the answer is definitely 100% no. Kevin Durant is not a leader. Kevin Durant has never been a leader. Kevin Durant is just a guy that wants to show up and play basketball. He's never been a leader in any situation that he's been in. That's why Golden State was perfect for him. Draymond Green is the leader over there. He didn't have to lead. All Kevin Durant had to do was just show up, hoop, and they was going to win games. Now he's put in a position to where he may have to lead, and not only that, their roster is decent, but it's not Golden State. You know what I mean? Like, the way the Celtics have figured out how to slow Kevin Durant down. How many guys in the league are a legit 6'10" with the skill set of a Jason Tatum? That's a legit question. Last guy I seen equivalent to a Jason Tatum is probably T-Mac at that size and length. So by them saying, no, we not going to put Jaylen Brown on Kevin Durant, which is a better defender than Jason Tatum, we're going to put 6'10", newly grown 6'10" Jason Tatum on 7 foot, 6'11", 7 foot Kevin Durant. And he is matching up exquisitely. I'm looking at this dude play defense and these guys playing exquisite help defense. I'm saying, damn, I didn't know Jason Tatum had strap like this. If Jason Tatum is playing defense the way that he's playing defense right now, Kevin Durant, it's going to be Celtics info. And that's real talk. My question is, how long will this last? Can Jason Tatum continue to play elite defense and also be the leading scorer for this team moving forward? That's what I think the backbreaker is going to be. The East is cracking. Up, down, left, right, side to side. The East is better than the West this year. Chase over Deebo, I'm taking that all day long. Like the East over the West this year, no doubt about it. Brad Stevens has done a great job as GM so far. Yeah, I forgot Brad Stevens in the front office. Udoka's the head coach. He's been doing a hell of a job. The Celtics coach is coach of the year, no doubt. There he is. I had to update my phone. What's good? What's going on, man? How you feeling, Chris? How you feeling, man? Glad you can join, man. You know, I just came in here to chop it up with y'all real quick about these playoffs. I ain't want to keep y'all too long, man, but Jason Tatum, man. Jason Tatum is special. 24 years of age, 6'10", a legit 6'10", and look at the way he's guarding arguably the greatest offensive player of all time. Kyrie's going to have to drop 40 at this rate because he's making Kevin Durant extremely inefficient. Do you think the Jazz need to blow it up after this season if they lose to the Mavericks? No doubt about it. If they lose to the Mavericks, they will be the laughing stock of the NBA for years to come. This will be worse than 2007, 2008, when Dallas lost to Golden State, the We Believe team in the first round. At least that We Believe team had a star in Baron Davis. You know, you had the MVP and Dirk Nowitzki, but they had a star in Baron Davis. The one lost to the 8 that year. But this is embarrassing. You're about to lose to Jalen Brunson? You about to lose to Jalen Brunson when you got a squad with Mike Conley on it. Rudy Gobert, who's 0 for 1 from the field in his last game because they don't ingratiate this man in the offense whatsoever, which is beyond me. Like, I don't understand. Nolan, appreciate it, man. Love the podcast and the content on TikTok. Keep it up, bro. If you're not following me on TikTok, at OGTheBeast_sports, y'all already know how we rocking, man. I appreciate the love and support from everybody in here. But the Utah Jazz is ridiculous, man. They definitely need to blow it up. Do you have Luka playing in this series? Shit. Why? If they doing well without him, I would rest Luka and not rush him back. Luka said he may be back game 4, as well as Ben Simmons, who they so desperately needed. Like I said before Ben Simmons got moved to the Nets. There's legitimately only 2 teams Ben Simmons would be able to immediately come on to and be an immediate impact, and people not worry about him having to shoot the ball. Only 2 teams. Because let's face it, he's one of the laughing stocks of the NBA just off the strength of him not wanting to implement what he worked on in the offseason, which I think is bullshit. 2 teams. That was Golden State because of all the shooters they got, and that's the Nets because of all the high-level offensive skill they got. You got Steph Curry. You got Kevin Durant. You got Kyrie Irving. There's no need for Ben Simmons to be able to shoot. You could legitimately play Ben Simmons at the 5 or the 4, run a def lineup like Golden State does. All Ben Simmons' job would be to defend and rebound. That's it. Now, if Ben Simmons comes back game 4, and let's say the Nets win one before game 4, because I think this is game 3 coming up. Boston is up 2-0, right? So let's say the Nets win game 3. Ben Simmons comes back game 4. Now you got a legitimate defensive-minded player that you could stick on Jason Tatum, 94 feet, and say, Ben, exert 100% of your energy on the defensive side of the ball. We'll worry about offense. We don't need you to be what you were in Philly. All you need to do is grab rebounds and guard Jason Tatum. That's it. That's where Ben Simmons will become an asset, and that may be enough to turn the series around. We'll see. We just discussed it, Nolan. 3 is tomorrow night. I can't wait for that. Jalen is no scrub. No, hell no. Jaylen Brown, it was one point throughout the season I was saying Jaylen Brown was better than Jason Tatum, in my opinion. And that's real talk. That's just legitimately how I felt. Like, Jaylen Brown was better than Jason Tatum. But we see now, once they got it together, it seems like they had like an intervention throughout the middle of the season to where they say, okay, instead of jockeying for position, we need to figure this out, like Miami did in 2011. Miami lost their first championship because Dwayne Wade and LeBron James didn't know who to crown king. Whose team is it? Once D. Wade had an intervention with LeBron James and said, you know what? In order for us to win, you have to be the best player, and we have to acknowledge you as the best player, is when they started winning, right? So maybe they had an intervention like that in Boston where, look, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum said, look, as long as we keep jockeying for position of supremacy in this locker room, we're going to continue to lose because they was going through a losing streak. Then all of a sudden they won 29 of their last 32 entering the playoffs, and it was crazy. They went through some crazy stretch. I hope did you mean Jaylen Brown or Jalen Brunson? I hope Jalen Brunson don't leave the Mavs. He probably is because I don't think the Mavs is going to pay him. They just paid Tim Hardaway, didn't they? I don't think the Mavs is going to pay him, so he may walk. I think his contract is up, so he may walk. We'll see, though. We'll definitely see how that goes. But another guy I want to talk about, his name is Jordan Poole. Let me tell you guys something about Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole is a prime example of somebody who was playing with no expectations. If you ever want to find out what it's like to just play ball with no worries, right? That's Jordan Poole right now. So a lot of people are hyping Jordan Poole up, including myself, because I love the kid. I love what I'm seeing from him. But I think, myself included, we should kind of pump the brakes a little bit on this Jordan Poole, right? He's going crazy. We should kind of pump the brakes on Jordan Poole, though, right? Because we're looking at a guy that is playing with no expectations. And that's the worst and the best type of threat you could have on the court. One, if the Golden State Warriors lose, let's say for shits and giggles, Joker decides to go crazy. Jamal Murray, ACL is feeling better. He comes back to play. And let's say Joker wins the next 4 games in a row and Golden State loses in, 7? It would have to be 7 games, right? Because they up 3-0 right now, right? Let's say Joker wins the next 4 games straight and they take it to game 7 and they win and Denver wins, right? Who's the media going to blame for that loss? Steph. Steph is going to get the blame. Then they're going to start talking about whether or not they should split this team up. Jordan Poole will not be in conversation for the reason why Golden State would have taken any type of loss. Pressure bursts pipes, ladies and gentlemen. And if you're put in a position to where you have to be the reason and you don't succeed, look what happened to LeBron. It took LeBron 9 years to get his first title simply because of that. But People say, well, it took Jordan 7. True, but Jordan never made it to the big game prior to that. LeBron previously made it to the big game, not once, but twice before he got his first title. Pressure, burst, pipes. Jordan Poole is playing with absolutely no pressure, albeit I love what the kid is doing. But I think we need to pump the brakes and allow him to gain some type of notoriety throughout the league so that expectations start to garner. Then I want to see what type of performer you are. But as of right now, I'm loving what the kid is doing. And I want to see more. I want it to continue because they have a big problem on their hands. A big problem on their hands. Why do you think Stephen Curry is coming off the bench right now, ladies and gentlemen? It's not because he's hurt. Steph Curry is not coming off the bench because he's injured. He's coming off the bench because he's a great leader, and he knows what the team has in Jordan Poole, and he knows he can't start the game with Jordan Poole in the starting lineup as well. That is why Stephen Curry is coming off the bench, being a great teammate, allowing Klay Thompson, who may be at the expense of that, to still start. Jordan Poole gets his minutes. Draymond Green is in the game, and they got Andrew Wiggins. So I ask you this. How long are they going to keep bringing one of these guys off of the bench before they say, hey, look, Klay, Wiggins, one of y'all might have to go? Because notice when all of these guys on the court, I'm not saying that's a bad lineup. They call it the death lineup. When it's Steph at the 1, they put Jordan Poole at the 2, they put Klay at the 3, they put Wiggins at the 4, and they put Draymond at the 5. That lineup is not sustainable, ladies and gentlemen. NBA fans, that lineup is not sustainable. You can't keep that lineup in the game for 25, 30 minutes a night. They'll get killed on the glass. That's a lineup you bring in to score some quick points for maybe a 3 to 5 minute stretch, and then you got to take them out. You got to switch shit up. LeBron James should come off the bench. Peaky. 38-year-old LeBron James, he might have to come off the bench. Who knows? But you got to have a legitimate option for LeBron James to be coming off the bench. That's what I say. Stephen Curry is not injured, ladies and gentlemen. Stephen Curry is coming off the bench to make room for Jordan Poole. They know they got this series under wraps. Because believe you me, if Stephen Curry needed to start, he can start. So don't be fooled by the media telling you Stephen Curry is coming off the bench because he's hurt. No. Stephen Curry sees what's going on. He's trying to help instill confidence in Jordan Poole. That is why Stephen Curry is coming off the bench. That's what you call a leader, ladies and gentlemen. Jordan Poole kind of reminds me of 2020 Tyler Hero. Not even close. Jordan Poole has a whole bag. Tyler Hero is just, in my opinion, he can put the ball on the ground for 2 or 3 dribbles, but you can legit isolate Jordan Poole, and he can get you buckets. Like, Jordan Poole is tough. But like I say, pressure bursts pipes. And I want to see him in a situation where he's the reason. Not to say that's going to happen anytime soon, but I would love to see him go through adversity and see how he reacts to that. That's going to let me know. Because right now, from Jordan Poole, I'm seeing special from Jordan Poole right now. I know it's easier to play in Golden State. That's Curry for you. How old is Jordan Poole? I don't know. Peaky, you got a phone in your hand, man. Pick it up. But speaking of Joker, man, I'm watching Joker out there, and I'm like, I feel so sorry for Nikola Jokic. He doesn't come off to me as the type of basketball player that'll walk away from his team, especially the team that drafted him, gave him a legit chance. He's a second-round pick. You know, he seems to have been humbled. He's a guy that had to work to get to where he was, to where he is right now. Do you think Trey is a top 3 point guard? Absolutely not. If I had to name 3 point guards off the top of my head, I'd probably take Chris Paul over Trae Young right now. I would take Steph over Trae Young right now, and I would take Luka Doncic over Trae Young right now. I would take Kyrie over Trae Young right now. Like, to me, nah. I would take Ja Morant over Trae Young right now. I mean, we just keeping it a whole buck, right? Trae Young is playing like doo-doo. When you put, look, I become overzealous in these playoffs. I'm not going to hold you. When it come to playoff season, my lights get turned on. Like regular season, I see some shit. I'll be like, he probably ain't playing the best talent. He might be decent, but let's see when it matters what he do. I'm that type of cat. When I see game one and somebody give me 40, I'm like, oh, he's the GOAT. I jump to conclusions in the playoffs. You know why? Because the regular season is where you play your game, but the playoffs is where you make your name. I stand by that. Like, that's truly honesty. Now, I wouldn't go that far, Peaky, to say Fox over Trey. I would take Trey over Fox. But that's just how I feel. But I just feel sorry for Nikola Jokic right now. He's in a position where I don't think he'll leave. I think he'll take the Dame Lillard approach. But damn it, Denver better move fast because they went from being one of the deepest teams in the league to one of the most shallow teams in the league overnight. So they either need to start developing some talent or they need to bring in a second superstar to coexist with him because they played MPJ a whole boatload of cash, and it's not looking like the right decision as of late. But I just feel sorry for Joker, man. He looked like a one-man army out there against this Golden State team that's primed for greatness this year. I don't see too many teams slowing Golden State down. I got them in the NBA Finals against the Buccaneers. I mean, against the Milwaukee Bucks, but we'll see what happens. That's a big blunder. Don't tell nobody about that. But, you know, it's just unfortunate for Chris Paul, man. It's unfortunate. Because to be honest with you, even though the Phoenix Suns should win this series, I don't know if they can without Devin Booker. I truly don't know if they can without Devin Booker. Chris Paul is 37. 36, 37 years old. 36, 37 years old. I don't know if Chris Paul has what it takes to deliver on this level at this age on a consistent basis throughout a whole series. And they say Book might be gone for like a month. Hamstring is the worst injury in sports. You might as well tear your ACL. At least you know what you got in front of you. Okay, go get surgery, rehab it, and we back at it. And my knee's going to be stronger than it was a year ago. But when you pull your hamstring and you got a mild grade 3, grade 2, whatever hamstring injury, that's the worst injury in sports because you could be feeling good for 2 weeks straight. The minute you step out on that court, that boy, it'll grab onto you. So it's an unpredictable injury. It's the worst injury to have in sports, and I feel sorry for Chris Paul to be on the receiving end of this night in and night out, year in and year out. Every single season is some type of not just minute injury. It's like a big-ass injury. When he was in Houston, they had Golden State on the ropes. What happened? He get hurt. Like when he was with Blake Griffin, is either Blake was hurt or Chris Paul was hurt. They was never there together. You know, it's like, damn, last year, what happened? He got hurt. Devin Booker got hurt. Like, it's just, Chris Paul played the NBA Finals with a broken hand. Like, it's just so unfortunate for him, man. And it's like this year he's healthy. He got his injury like 3 weeks before the playoffs, so he got it out the way. And then it's like he's entering the playoffs, and it's like, damn, I'm hurt again. What do I do? It's unfortunate for Chris Paul, man. No doubt about it, 100%. They might lose this series by default simply because of it. The Timberwolves coach needs somewhat to blame too. Why would you say that, sister? Why you think the Timberwolves coach needs some to blame? Who's the Timberwolves coach? Who's the T-Wolves coach? I forget his name. Now I wonder how the Pels team would look with Ingram, CJ, and Zion if he came back. Whew. You would take Jackson Hayes out of that lineup, and you would put Zion Williamson in the starting lineup? Nasty man. Nasty man. JJ, that's nasty. Like, just looking at that shit. CJ's been balling out of his mind. Ingram is a legit 6'8", 6'9", 6'10", and he's been balling out of his mind in this playoffs, and that's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. I get crunk when I see cats ball out like that. I don't care what you did in the regular season. Jalen Brunson, you've been decent in the regular season, but you wasn't hooping like this. Now, if you give me Zion with a Valanciunas and a CJ and an Ingram and a Graham, look out, man. Look out. Do you think Ingram needs to be the first option over Zion? That's a good question. We could compare it to Shaq and Kobe. Shaq was the number one option, even though Kobe was that dude too. Shaq was giving you 29 a game. Kobe was giving you 28 a game. The only duo in NBA history to do that. So we could compare it. I mean, last time we seen Zion, he was 26, 27 a night. Ingram was 25 a night. So due to the fact that Ingram can dictate the pace of the game more, he's more of a point guard, more of a facilitator, more of a floor general than Zion Williamson. By default, I think they should run it through him more, but you got C.J. McCollum, so you won't have to worry about that. C.J. McCollum might be better than Brandon Ingram. So we might not have to worry about that. C.J. know how to get you the peel. You know what I'm saying? Like, C.J. is a combo guard. He knows how to get you the peel. Put B.I. on that wing, Zion in that corner. It's going to be nasty. And you got Valanciunas, who could shoot the three. He started off the season shooting over 40% from three. Valanciunas was leading the league from three for a while. So that's what I'm saying. CJ could play the one. Put B.I. on the wing. Put Zion in the corner. Nasty, man. You got yourself a squad. Straight up. But it's just a lot going on in these playoffs. My Bulls made a comeback. I like the strategy that my Bulls came up with to try to slow down Giannis Antetokounmpo, who nearly had a triple-double the other night. But, hey, we won game 2, and that's all I was asking for with my Bulls is give us some fight. DeMar DeRozan played like Gabricio. He played like Kevin Durant did in game 1. DeMar DeRozan was like 9 for 5,000 in game 1. I said it's not happening again. Kevin Durant ironically said the same shit, but his happened again. DeMar's didn't. DeMar scores 41 in game 2. Zach LaVine had like 26. Caruso, player of the game in my opinion. Great defense, putting his body on the line, taking charges. Man had 10 assists, 9 points, 10 assists, and near double-double. Caruso does shit that doesn't show up on the stat sheet. Lakers so stupid. Lakers got rid of Julius Randle. Lakers got rid of Brandon Ingram. Lakers got rid of Caruso, Lonzo Ball. Lakers got rid of every damn body. But at the expense of a championship, so can you blame them? I mean, when people say that, that's my rebuttal. Can you blame them? DeMar was amazing game 2. Nothing short of amazing game 2. I love my Bulls' opportunity. Now, not to say that we want to capitalize off it, but it's a part of sports, ladies and gentlemen. It's a part of sports. Middleton is down. We don't know how long he's going to be out. Bobby Portis is down. We don't know how long he's going to be out. These are 2 pivotal pieces to their success. Now it's the Drew Holiday show and it's the Giannis Antetokounmpo show. I'm interested to see how they react to this. The Bulls have a legit chance with the series coming back to Chicago. It's coming right back home. We got a legitimate shot to take game 3. And if we take game 3 and put them in a 2-1 chokehold and they tell you Middleton ain't playing game 4 and we take that, the series is over. Real talk. Real talk. It's still the first quarter. I know. That's why I'm finna get on up out of here and I'm finna go watch my boys play. Like, real talk. But, man, y'all know I'm just popping on these lives, man. I'm just popping on these lives, having a conversation, man. Thank y'all for supporting the Sports Behavior Podcast. I know this is quick. I'm going to give y'all this. Like, I'm going to try to do it at least 2 to 3 times a week, especially when football start, man. I'm going to get some guests on here. You know, Dubs in the chat if you enjoyed yourself. If y'all got any questions, y'all already know what to do, man. You can hit me up on TikTok. Hit me up right here on the Sports Behavior Podcast. Go watch this shit on YouTube if you ain't catch it. Go watch this shit on YouTube. Quick playoff conversation. you know, I'm going to keep y'all posted on this situation, man. Y'all already know how to reach me. Dubs in the chat if you enjoyed yourself. I appreciate every single one of y'all for always continuing to rock with me, man. I love every single one of you, man. I love every single one of you, man. I got to go watch my Bulls, y'all. I'm going to get the hell out of here. And until next time, OG out.